Hi everybody, welcome to this week's 30-minute mentor. Can you let me, as usual, know that you can see my screen and hear my voice by just letting me know in the chat section. Say hi and say yes, can hear you, or see and hear, or yes, all okay, anything you like, put it in there so that we know that things are working in the way that they should be working. We're going to be talking once again about the two things that are vital to making money online. In fact, the only two things that make money for you online, and that is one, building your list, and two, communicating with your list. And so today's presentation is talking about monetizing your list. Let's say if you can see the screen and hear my voice, just let me know by typing something in the chat section, please, and we'll get on with the presentation. Also, if you've got any questions, queries about your marketing, type them into the chat box and we can get them answered for you. These obstacles that you come across may seem like mountains when you aren't used to them, but I assure you we will just bulldoze those mountains out of the way, and once you've got past them and you look back, you'll see that they were no more than slight molehills and very, very easy to overcome. So if you can, as I say, let me know that you can see the screen, hear my voice, type something in the chat section, let me know, and we will begin the presentation. And of course, let me type in as well any queries, any questions, any problems that you've got with your marketing. Let's get them out of the way. Let's get you making some money. That's what it's about. We have some people in here, so if you can just type in the chat section, say hello, and yes, you can see and hear, and we can progress. Thank you, Thelma. You are very much appreciated and welcome. It's nice to have you here with us again. As I say, the two things that you need to do to make money online are build a list and communicate with a list. If you're not building a list, you've not got a business. And if you don't communicate with the list in the right way, your business isn't going to make you much money. So those are the two important functions we're going to be continuing to cover. We're going to ram this home because that is the way that you are going to break through and start making money online. So if I get to my presentation, okay, there's no magic formula. I get people coming to me and they say, I saw that you topped the affiliate tables with this particular program. How did you do it? You know, can you teach me how to do it? What did you do? And I say, I built a list. I built a relationship with the list, and I communicated with the list. And they go, oh, because they want some quick fix it, push button way that they can do the same. And it doesn't exist. There is no magic formula. There is a formula. There is what you need to do, and that is build your list, communicate with the list, build relationships with that list. And it takes time and it takes persistence. And as you build that list and you build relationships with that list, then you will see your income increasing. So don't expect magic formulas, push button systems, all the rest of it. It is possible to make money quite quickly while you're building your list, and building your list is an ongoing process. Building your list and cleaning out your list. You want to be getting rid of people from your list that aren't opening your emails, that aren't doing anything really. And strange though it may seem, you're always going to get people that opt in and they've been with you for years, and all of a sudden they're having a bad day and they complain. They say, why am I getting this? And they put in a complaint about you sending them emails. You want to get rid of all those people if you can. So you want to keep your list clean, but the list building is ongoing and the relationship building is ongoing, and it's done principally by sending out broadcasts. You can't build a relationship with your list solely by sending out automated emails. So what do you need to monetize your list? Well, you need offers. You need something that people will appreciate you sending to them. So you need things that are of value, whether they're free or paid. Free things are great, they help build relationships, but if you're sending free things all the time, that's all people expect from you. You need to include some paid items. And why? Because you need to make money. Everybody's got to eat. And if you're just giving things away all the time, you're not making any money. So there have to be things that you are giving away, building value, building trust, and building that relationship. But you also want to be giving away things of, or providing, offering things of value that people have to pay for. And if they see the value in them, they don't mind paying for them. And if you build that relationship with them, they're happy to buy them from you. And you need your mailing list. And if you haven't got a big list at the moment, you can use other people's. But if you've got your own mailing list, that is like gold. So you want to look after that list. And it can be hundreds of people, it can be 10 people, it can be thousands of people. There are some people that have relatively small lists that make an absolute fortune. When I say relatively small, I'm talking about like 3,000 or 4,000 people. And they make literally a fortune because they have built such a wonderful relationship with the people on that list. And there are people that have lists of 200,000 that don't make as much as people with 4,000. And then there are people in between that have got lists of 100,000 or so, and they make as much as somebody that's got 10,000. It's all to do with building that relationship. It's not just the size of your list. But if you haven't got your own list, you can make money quite quickly, and you can start building your list by using other people's lists. And that's usually done through things like solo ads. And I hear some people saying solo ads don't work. We're going to go into some numbers in a bit. But you've got to communicate with people. You've got to send your mail out. You've got to send mail out to people. And there are various things that are important in the mail that you're sending out. And we've got 3 things down below here: your headline or your subject, the body of your email, and that you've got to have a link in there as well. Now let's just have a look at offers. If you don't have anything to offer, then there are a couple of places where you can get offers, and one of the best probably is JVZoo, and there's a link here, and I'll put that in the chat section. I'll put both of these in the chat section. You may well be members of both of these programs. They're both free to sign up with, JVZoo and ListSpark. And where's the chat section? Just a second. I paste that in there. There you go. Those links should be clickable, I think. So if you're not a member of JVZoo, once again, it's free. You sign up as an affiliate, and once you've signed up as an affiliate, they have numerous products in there that you can promote. You will have to apply to whoever owns the product to become a promoter of it. and sometimes they'll accept you and sometimes they won't, depending on your experience. But there are certainly always some offers in there that even as a brand new person you will get permission to promote. Usually if you're brand new, you won't get instant commissions. They'll want to check that you're not putting bad links through, you know, trying to con the system. So they'll make you wait maybe 30 days or so. But once you build up a reputation, you can quite often get instant commissions with them. And ListSpark is a little bit different. Perhaps if I was to go to those, let me just see if I've got JVZoo. I can get my account. Okay. Let me come out of this screen share and go into another, and I'll just run through JVZoo and ListSpark for you. I think I've got them both available. Stop screen share. I have to be careful which buttons I press. Sometimes I press the wrong buttons and I cut the presentation off. Anyway, we've done the first part. Okay, getting the second part now. JVZoo, here we go. Once you remember JVZoo, if you click on affiliates, find products, it'll bring you to a page that's like this. And some of these you can see I've been approved for, and you can I can just go and get the links. And the ones that you're not approved for, you can request. And they've got pages and pages of things. And you can also search by keyword. If you were looking for example, if you were looking for SEO stuff to promote, you could search. And here we go. There are various things here that have come up, SEO. Now, what I would recommend is that if you are going to promote a product, you buy it first. You get, I can't remember how many, I think it's 30-day money-back guarantee with a product. So you buy it, you check it out, you see if it's value for money, in your opinion. You make sure that what they're advertising on the sales page is congruent with what you get inside the package. And if you like the product, keep it. If you don't like it, you don't really want to be promoting it, although there are exceptions to that. But if you don't like it, you get your money back. There are exceptions to that, as I say, because there may be a product that you think, yeah, this is a really good product. I like it. It's very good. It's not really up my street, but I think that there are a lot of people that would like this, and I can promote it to them with feeling good and providing value. So you can go and find products in there to promote. Now, if we look at ListSpark, hopefully that's come up. Well, I said this is free. Well, it is free. You don't get this facility as a free member. It's almost $20 as a paid member per month. But it's free, but you don't get these power emails as a free member. But you do get a lot of other things. You do get a very useful tool, actually. Is it here? Oh, I've got to log in again. I got it downloaded, so but it's in here somewhere. Not pro training, because you've got to be it's just in training, I think. Yeah, it's in training. Pro training is paid membership. Power emails is paid membership. So those two links wouldn't be there if you're a free member. But I'm just in the training area now, and there's some very good training in there. The guy, Emil, is pretty good. And if you click on solo ads, it runs through quite a number of things, some Facebook groups, and there's a Solodex application that you can download, and that will find good solo ad providers for you. You can look for people that are providing solo ads that people are saying, yeah, I ran this solo ad and I got sales. And you can search for my Solodex and pay $47 for it, but as a free member here, you can download it and it's totally free. So it's worth just joining this just to get that. But if you upgrade, you can get power emails, and they have these for every month. You can see I've been a member since February 2015, and every month they have these power emails, they call them. And what they are, it tells you what they are. This is a blueprint to making 6 figures a month every month. It's a high ticket product creation formula. You can have your own high ticket product ready in 24 hours. So that tells you a little bit about what it is. It gives you subjects that you can use in your subject line: how to make 1,000 a day, how to make high ticket sales, making $1 million. And it gives you an email that you can send out. These are all professionally written emails, and you would put your affiliate links in there, and then to promote it, you would, and a lot of these are in fact JVZoo products. To promote it, you click on the promote link and it comes up with the product. The sale price is almost $100 and you make 50% commission, so you make it around what, $45 or something on every one you sell. But as I say, you want to buy this thing first. You can see the sales page. Sean Donahue actually is a very, very reliable and good creator of products. He's got some amazing products, and he's very good. He's got a good support system. So I've no doubt that this is a great product. I've not used it, so I wouldn't be promoting it. But if I was looking for something to promote, this would be one that I would think, yeah, this is pretty good. It's from Sean and it pays a reasonable commission, 50%. And the sales page looks pretty good. And so what I would do is, if I was thinking of promoting this, I would click there and I would buy it. And I would probably buy the cheaper version because I'm just looking at it to test it, to see that it is a good product. I would buy it, pay my $67, and as I say, there's 100% 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not happy with it or you want your money back for any reason, you can do that. So that's getting products from JVZoo and from ListSpark. And as I say, ListSpark is good because but it costs you $20 a month. Having said that, if you introduce one person, I think you make nearly $20 on the person. I think they pay something like 80 or 90% commissions. So where's it gone? Power emails. And you get an email a day, so you could send out an offer, a different offer every day with ListSpark, and they produce I showed you, they give you headlines and copy and everything really pretty much done for you. You can just copy and paste it and send it out. So those are good ways to get sorted with a product. Let me get back to my presentation now. Taking care not to press the wrong buttons. Okay. So those are those two, and I've put the links in the chat section. If you're not a member of JVZoo or ListSpark, you might as well. ListSpark's got some good training anyway, it's free, and as I say, it's got some that's worth joining free just to get that Soldex. But you can also use it to build your list. ListSpark, JVZoo is purely a registration of products that you can look through and find something that appeals to you to sell. Use a product before you promote it. I talked about this. Certainly go through it, check it out, see that it represents good value and it delivers what's advertised. It's the sales page doesn't say, oh, you're going to get all this and all this and all this, and it's really great. And then when you get inside, it's a load of rubbish. You don't want that, no matter what the commissions are, because you've got to look after your people. And you've got to tell people, you say, look, I checked this out. I think it's excellent. And I think you might find it useful. Take a look at it. You know, you don't want to be ramming it down the throat and you better buy this because if you don't, you'll never make it online. You know, tell them, you know, I looked at this, I checked it all out. I think it really is a wonderful product and I think it would probably help you. Just go and check it out and see what you think. Okay, so talking about your list now, because don't sell it. There is a temptation to sell solo ads, but normally you want your list to be looked after. If you opt into somebody's list, you don't want to get emails from 101 people pushing 101 different products at you every month or whatever it is. So don't sell your list, keep it clean, keep providing value to it. If people want to opt out, say thanks very much and let them go. And it's a good idea to run every now and again to download your list and run it through a cleaning program. I can't think of one offhand, but there are several out there, list cleaners, and they charge something like 1 cent per email address. And they'll take out any people that are known complainers, any bad email addresses, all this sort of thing. So you'll give them, say, 10,000 leads and you'll get back 8,000 clean leads that have got rid of a couple of thousand rubbish leads for you. And you can then upload those clean leads and you know that they are quality leads. Other people's lists, you can find them by doing searches on Google and Facebook for niche newsletters. You know, if you're in the health and beauty niche, and then you can look for health and beauty newsletters or health and beauty forums, and when you find them, you can contact the owners of those forums or pages or newsletters, and particularly newsletters because they're sending those out all the time. You can ask if you can send a mail to their list, and perhaps if not, you could put an advert in their newsletter, this sort of thing. You can also, of course, search for solo ad providers, and Soldex, as I say, you can download free from ListSpark. But solo ad providers, there are a lot. You can just do a search on Facebook for solo ad providers, and you get a lot of groups coming up with solo ad providers in them, and you'll get solo ads, and you'll find people that are doing solo ads from probably, if you get, I don't know whether you can still get them at around about 25 cents per click. You might be able to. Be a little bit cautious. You want to test the water, see what kind of results you're getting from them, but don't expect too much. Even if you're paying $1 a click or $1.50 a click, it's not realistic to think that you're going to make money on your first email. So your subject or headline. First of all, it's important that your sending from address is something that people are going to recognize as being you, it's a good idea to use your name. If your name's Joe Blogs, put it in there sent from Joe Blogs, so that when they see it, it's Joe Blogs, and they say, okay, Joe Blogs, I'll open that. The same as they would if they saw one from the mum or the dad or their sister, their wife, whatever. Then the subject of your email is like the headline in an advertisement. You want to arouse curiosity so that people want to know what's inside the body, what's in the they want to open it to find out more. So arouse curiosity. One good way is to half finish things. You can, have you considered this ... so that they've got a sort of what is it that he's talking about, or even if it's something that they know what's coming, they want to check it out and see that that is what's coming. Peanut butter and ... They know it's going to be jam or jelly, but they're going to open it up to see that it's this and to just confirm their suspicions. Controversy is something else that people will open up. Things about how-tos. People always want to know how to, and they like stories. So you can, even in your headline, if it's a bit of a story that you've got in the body, you can actually put in brackets after your headline story how a 16-year-old kid paid off his parents' mortgage. Story. This sort of thing. People like stories, they like controversy, they like curiosity. That should be, don't use misleading subjects. For one thing, strictly speaking, it's illegal. It contravenes the Can Spam Act, but it also gets people's backs up. If you tell them your commission check is ready, this type of thing, and they open it up and they find out that you're just trying to sell them some program, they're going to be upset. You don't want to be upset in your list. You want to be building a relationship with them of trust and everything, and misleading headlines are not the way to go. Let's put it that way. So when you're using your headlines, don't put in things that are misleading like that. The body of your email, keep it short if possible. There are exceptions. Occasionally you'll want to send out something that maybe is quite lengthy, but in general it's better to keep it short. Tell them a bit more about it that is congruent with the subject. So if you had said how this 16-year-old kid, you can then in the body say, I found this this boy and what he's done is amazing, and I wrote about it on my blog. And that is better than trying to put it all in an email. Click here to get the story, or click here to see the video I recorded about it. Check out the video. So that is yeah, you want sort of check out rather than click here. If you want your emails to get put into somebody's spam folder, you want to include words like free in the body, and you want to include things like click here now in the body, and they will go into people's spam folders. And in a lot of cases, spam filters will pick up on things like that. So rather than saying click here now or free, you would use things like no cost or check this out, see for yourself, this sort of thing. And that is your call to action. Your call to action, tell them why they need to do it. What's the value in it? To learn how this 16-year-old kid paid off his parents' mortgage, see the video I recorded and then put your link. Not click here now, okay? And in your email as well, tell them that you've got more value coming for them. Watch out for my next email because I'm giving away this, or if you like the story, you'll like my next one even better. Or you can split things into parts. This is part 1. Watch out for part 2. This sort of thing. It's the same sort of thing that they use in television and used to be in the cinema. In the cinema, they used to have serialized adventures, Superman and Captain Marvel and all this sort of thing. And at the end, the hero would be in a predicament. And how's he going to get out of it? To find out how, you've got to go next week to the cinema. And soap operas do the same thing. They leave you hanging, wondering what's going to happen next. So let them know there's more to come and to keep watching out for things. And that way, you'll start building open rates. And where do you send them to from your links? Personally, I prefer to send them to my blog. You want to get traffic to your blog. The more traffic you get to your blog, the more Google are going to say, oh, this blog's getting a bit of traffic. Why is that? And then they see that you're writing things every day or every couple of days, and they start taking your blog more seriously, and it starts climbing up the rankings. And sooner or later, 6 to 12 months down the line, you're going to find that as you write a post, it's automatically going to get ranked by Google. And your traffic's going to go up, and you're going to start getting what is genuine free traffic. But you can send them to an offer page. You can send them to a squeeze page. If you're using other people's lists, you must send them to a squeeze page where you're collecting their email address. Because that way you're building your list from other people's lists. They're getting onto your list. The people that are interested in the type of thing that you're offering are getting onto your list. But if you're sending them to your existing list, there's little purpose in sending them to a squeeze page. Sometimes you can't avoid it because it's coming, you've got traffic coming from all over the place. But if you can, and you're sending to your list, they're already on your list, send them to the welcome page or the offer directly. And what have we got? Any? Hi Primel, nice to meet you. No questions from anybody. If you've got questions about marketing you want answering, get them typed into the chat section now, because I'm not going to be hanging around when we finish the presentation. If there's no questions there to answer, we're going to come to an abrupt end. Okay, let's have a look at some numbers. Don't expect instant profits. Very rare that you're going to send an email out and make instant profits. I know you'll get people that have big lists and they've built rapport and they've done, and they'll say, you know, it's really great. I went out with my family and we stayed in this hotel and it cost $700 for the night, and we had a meal. And what I did before we went down for the meal, I just sent an email out to my list. And you know what, when I came back from eating, we'd had a wonderful meal and we're staying in this wonderful hotel, and I'd made $800, which more than covered the cost. So you'll get all that, but don't expect it yourself until you have built a list and built that rapport. There's no shortcuts. And even when you have, don't expect everybody to buy. 2% is good. If 2% are buying, you're doing pretty well. And if you follow up well, you'll whack that up to 6, 7, 8, sometimes even 10% of people that are clicking through buying. It used to be that the average number of times people saw an offer to buy was about 3 or 4. Today, it's about 7 or 8 times, because people are getting bombarded so much with different offers. So you've got to cut through it, and you've got to be consistent in what you're offering them. And so you need follow-up emails, and this is where automated emails are useful, because once somebody has said, yeah, I'm interested in that, but they didn't buy, then they need to get a reminder, they need to get testimonials from people that have bought, they need to get what happened to you when you used it, they need to get all this sort of stuff. Keep following through on it. And if you do that, and you keep doing that, and you've got a sequence that you're going to send out, maybe 10 or 12 emails, you will find that your buy rates go up 3 or more times. Let's have a look at numbers a bit more. With other people's lists, 33% opt-in is good. You might have to settle for as low as 25. You will run sometimes, and you'll get 40, 45, 50%. You won't get much more than 50% usually with other people's lists. In fact, 50% is really good. 33% is good. So if you mailed out to 300 people, if you bought a 300-person solo ad, you could expect maybe 100 to opt in. And out of 100, that 2% is 2 buyers. And if you're making, let's suppose you're making $27 commission on a sale, that's $54 you've made, but you won't buy a 300 click solo ad for $54. So don't expect to make a profit on your front end like that. If you're following up with people that have opted in, maybe you can push that to buying up to 4, 5, whatever, 6, 7, and then maybe over a period of time you will break even on your front end sales. But it's back end sales as well. You will need to have additional products that you can offer to people that you can then make money with. If you're running to your own list, don't expect everybody to open it. 10% is regarded as being good. I know some people get a lot more than that. I know some people regularly get 70 and 80% open rate. They've spent years perfecting the segmentation of their lists and providing value and building rapport with their lists. When you're starting out, 10% is a good open rate. And people that open, they're not all going to click. 50% is good clicks. I mean, some people only get like 5% of the opens click through, but if you are running a headline that is congruent with your body and you're still arousing curiosity, and then you should be aiming for around about 50%, which is good, but it's achievable. And as I say, you're looking at 2% to buy from those that click through. So if you've got a mailing list of 1,000, you probably only get 100 people open it. And of those 100 people that open, only 50 are going to click. 2% of 50, 1 person buying. But if you did that every day and you offered value, not always, even when you're offering free value, you can add in something that people have the option of buying as well. And let's suppose you were making $20 commission. So each day that you mail, you make $20. And over a period of 30 days, that's $600 a month. Now you'll be told that your email list is worth $1 per person per month. And when you've built up a good list, it probably is. But don't expect this $600 if you're mailing offers out daily, because people are going to get fed up, and you'd be lucky if you got half of that, 300, and that's like 30 cents per person, not $1 per person. But once again, you want to have back-end offers. So somebody buys something that produces a $20 commission, you need to be following up on those buyers with things that will enhance that, which will give them better value, which will give them more value. And the people that buy that will, some of them will buy that upsell, and you might be making $47 on the upsell, or it might be a monthly subscription to a training course or something, and it might only be $9 you're making on it, but it's coming in every month for 18 months, things like this. And those are the things that will build your list up. And of course, when you get really good, you'll be putting in some high ticket back-end offers, and out of the total number that buy, some will go through and buy those high ticket items, which can be thousands of dollars. So that is how you monetize your list, but don't expect to mail out 1,000 people and get $1,000 in commission, because it's not going to happen. Certainly not when you're starting out, and certainly not without more following up and having more products and more things available. And that really is what I wanted to cover in this about monetizing your list. Be realistic about it, be persistent. You've got to put in time and persistence. You've got to build relationships. There is no magic formula. Okay, so do we have any questions? What I will say as well is I've got a program which is really in beta at the moment, still putting training together. There's free training involved in it. And that is, let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that for you. If you want to be a member of the site, there are advantages of being a member, and that's $25 a month, but you don't need to be a member to get the free training. There is more advanced training that you get as a member, and workshops and lots of other things, and then this runs through everything that you need to do to get set up and start making money. It's taking a while to resolve, so I'm also keeping an eye to see if there are any questions coming in. There we go. I'm going to give you this link. You'll have to keep coming back because the training isn't completed yet, but the first section is, there are going to be 8 sections, and each section has got a number of training videos in it. And this is the link. And this is it. It's valuable content squeeze page, it says. That one's supposed to come up there, but it doesn't matter. There's your link. It's clickable. It's truthwithouthype.com. It's free training. There's no BS or hype. Pure value content. So if you want to go and check that out, you are welcome to. It doesn't look like we've got any questions. See, we've got some of the usual suspects in here. I'd like to thank you for coming. And as there are no questions, I'm going to get out of this screen share so that you can see me, see that I'm a real person, not a robot, and have fun with it. Build those relationships. It's fun to build relationships with people. So do that, build relationships and offer value. Think always of how you can give more value, how you can be of more service. And if you approach your business from that angle, the money will take care of itself. It will. But those are some areas that we've got. And that's it for this week. Just a last check that there's nothing in the chat section. No. And God bless. Have a wonderful week and a weekend, what's left of it, and be productive.